I want to start this video off to give my condolences to the families of the people who lost their lives at the Dark Knight Rises opening in Colorado. I cannot tell you how sorry I am that this had to happen and how angry it makes me that nobody in that theater was exercising their right to be armed so they could have stopped that assailant. That man, no, he wasn't a man, he was a piece of shit. That piece of shit walked into a movie theater with a 12 gauge, an AR-15, and a couple handguns. And he killed 12 people and wounded many others. And nobody was able to stop it, even when the police got there. They should have put a bullet in his head. You don't arrest scum like that. They don't deserve to breathe our air. I'm gonna do my best to not get emotional and to not turn this into a rant about the things I like to rant about. I think everybody now needs to be ready for a bunch of laws that are going to probably get passed to take away more of our rights and our liberties, and once again still have no effect on the criminals that are ruining the lives of everybody and making it harder for law-abiding citizens like myself and like you at home to defend our rights and to defend our lives and our homes. Because I know now they're going to try to pass some laws making it harder for us to get firearms and harder for us to defend ourselves in situations like what has just happened. And it makes me sick and infuriated to know that there's politicians out there that are just chomping at the bit to use this situation to their advantage, to use this horrific incident to create a panic and an uproar so that they can pass more gun laws and more legislation. Granted, I'm more upset that people had to die and this horrible thing had to happen. That takes the top of my list for what I'm most upset about. But with that said, I just know they're going to use this. I just know they're going to try to make more shit go down so that we can't defend ourselves. And to think that passing more gun laws is going to keep society safe, I think you have to be pretty stupid to really believe that. Because who are the laws really for? They're for people that obey them. Real criminals and people like that crazy piece of shit, they're not going to care about a law or something written down on a piece of paper. No. If you take more liberties and freedoms away from people, you're just hurting the people who abide by the laws. You're hurting good citizens, and you're taking away our right to defend ourselves. You're not keeping guns out of criminals' hands, you're just keeping them out of the hands of law-abiding citizens, and that's it. It's getting to the point where it's just becoming really frustrating for me. It really boggles my mind how easily that could have been avoided. This little incident in Colorado during the premiere. All it would have taken to end that situation would have been one person that could have had their concealed carry permit and had a firearm on them at that time and could have stopped it. Dead cold. As soon as he walked in, guns blazing, they could have taken their time and taken one calculated shot. Just one. Movie theater's not that big of a distance. Anybody, and I know anybody that has a concealed carry permit, does practice enough to make a shot like that. Yes, he did have body armor, but he wasn't wearing anything to protect his face. Not from a bullet, anyway. And that would have solved the entire problem. And maybe there were a few concealed carry holders that decided, well, I can't take my gun in here. They don't want us to bring guns into this private residence, and me as a law-abiding citizen am going to abide by that, and I'm going to leave my gun in the car. And if there were any people in that theater that did have a firearm and decided to leave it in the car that night, don't feel guilty. You didn't know it was going to happen. But because I know that if I had been in that situation and I had left my firearm in the car and Dr. Killshot over here comes in and starts shooting people left and right, and I would have went for my firearm and lo and behold it's not there and I can't do anything to alleviate the problem, I would have felt the most horrendous amount of guilt and sorrow that I couldn't have done anything to stop it. Even now I already feel that, and I don't even live in Colorado. I feel like that I'm not going to get into the whole rant about, well, if I was there, I would have shot him in the head and been done with it. Yeah, I would have been a badass. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. You don't know what you're going to do until you're in a situation like that, or until you've been in situations like that. But the only thing that I do know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, I would have liked to have been able to do something in that situation, rather than just be a bullet magnet. It just infuriates me. It's not... Passing more laws isn't going to make it harder for criminals. It's just going to make it harder for us to defend ourselves. That's just my main line about all this whole scenario that's going to play out. I'm trying really hard not to just ramble on and on about this, but I take this very seriously. And I know my fellow gun owners and my fellow firearms enthusiasts that are out there and are responsible firearm owners and gun owners out in the rest of the country will agree with me. Having a paintbrush doesn't make you an artist. Having a wrench doesn't make you a mechanic. And owning a gun doesn't make you a damn criminal. Evil people are going to do evil things, whether it be with a gun, a knife, a hammer, a car. That's just the world we live in. And the only thing that allows evil to triumph is good men to do nothing to stop them. That's pretty much it. That's my 2 cents on the situation. Just, if you have any plans now or have had plans to go get a firearm for home defense or for any reason for that matter, whether like a lawful reason, like if you're like one of these sick motherfuckers that wanted to go buy guns just so you could go shoot up a movie theater, no. But if you have genuine concern for your life and the lives of your family and you want to go buy a firearm to protect those lives, I highly suggest you do it soon, because we're going to have a shitstorm of laws coming our way. If now they're going to do a bunch of more laws about high-capacity magazines and things like that, we're already screwed as it is here in California. We can't have anything over 10 rounds, and I just can't imagine what they're going to do now. They're probably going to pass that law through that's going to make it so detachable magazines for all firearms are going to be illegal or banned or whatever the hell you want to call it. So whatever you have, if you have an AR-15, an AK, an M14, a Mini 30, whatever the hell you have, stock up. Buy as much as you can. I'm not saying go out and spend your whole paycheck, but whatever you can spare, start preparing. Shit's about to get real. That's about it. Thanks for watching.